Hello, wow, that just went on all by itself. Isn't that weird? Lorinda Stroud here. Welcome to my studio. Love what I do. Love what I do, studio. Love what I do and get paid too. And I'm a brand in the making. I want to share my story because lately, at my age, it took me a long time to get where I'm at. It took a long time to get, I don't know, how do I say this? I wrote notes down, so I need to pay attention to the notes. I want to paint while I do this, but I don't know if I can. I just know it's been really healing for me, and I'm ready to tell my story, my testimony, in order to help, even if it's just one female, to make a change of some kind, or even know that you're worth it, because a lot of us girls are hard on ourselves more than anybody else. So I want to talk about where I want to go, where I was, and where I am. Mostly talk today about, I'm gonna slowly share my story a little bit by little bit at a time. I can't, and I have to be careful. I'm gonna warn you right now, I have to be careful of how I say things. I don't want to trigger anybody, but for people who have trauma, PTSD from child abuse, I will be trying to talk about that as casually as possible, even though it's not even a casual thing. I don't know how to, I know this is what I'm meant to do, because it wasn't all for nothing. Like, I played the victim role, and poor me, and if you knew what I went through, then, you would not care either about, that was the thing I heard tonight too with some of my friends, is that I wrote a lot of things, like there was so many things that I was, what is that? But one of the things I was like, yeah, I just didn't even care. I just didn't care. I was The Walking Dead, alone, even like in a room full of people, feeling alone. Mania, suicidal, wallowing in depression, despair, relapse, impulsivity, self-pity, out of control. I didn't even trust myself. Like, I didn't know, never want to, if somebody came over and they had something to do, I took off, I just did whatever I wanted, which I have to say, I do whatever I want now, but it's totally different. Like, it's just different. Before it was bad, now it's like, I can do whatever I want. I get to work as an artist. I'm an artist. I work from home in my studio, selling art, and, which is a big self-esteem booster, by the way. Art can be very challenging, and what I'm trying to do here as far as a YouTube channel and sharing my art and videos, to inspire, hopefully, to find your art, because art is healing, and art is in a lot of things. The art of dog walking. I mean, if you like dogs, you can get a job, walking dogs, the dog whisperer, like, that's an art. Some people have a talent to just have this, I have certain people that I call them the dog whisperers. Some people just have blessed with certain things. So for me, what I'm trying to say, like, I don't know if I should just get right to what happened to me, why that made me, I had to find forgiveness, and it's not for the people that harmed me. It's for me, so that I can heal. And being aware of your issues. For a long time, I didn't really accept that I had mental illness, and I only recently, like, So I know that I had suicide attempts. I almost died a couple of times. I continually, like, why am I even here? And now I kind of know, because I'm here for a reason, to share my story. There's all kinds of little stories I can tell you that are pretty funny, but not really, but I can laugh now. And, like, I'll share things, and I'm probably you never know what's going to come out of my mouth sometimes. I have to learn how to be quiet. There's some things I'm still working on. I'm not very good at being quiet. I've always wanted a woman shelter. I was in a foster home, and we always wanted to have my foster mom helped like over 200 girls, and I was her first. And we always dreamed about having a shelter for women and children and stuff. We'd be like making the pot, stirring the pot, and just add a few more vegetables, and just, add some more broth to the pot. And so I was in a foster home because of the abuse that I went through, and she got specialized for me. She went to school like through, it was DSS back then. I don't know what it is now. And they didn't really help me either. They put me back into a home where there was all kinds of abuse. I mean, they say suicide attempts, let me see the thing here. It's 2 times the, third time more likely, 3 times more likely with sexual abuse. 2.5 times with physical abuse, 2.5 times emotional and neglect. Now, experiencing multiple abuse of all the things. You're 5 times, susceptible to having suicide when you get older. And it can, some of these, the childhood trauma, the psychology, and the chronic pain. I knew it was correlated, because I know fibromyalgia has to do with trauma, and it could be any trauma, really. I mean, trauma could be the loss of a loved one, a car accident, a house being on fire, someone losing an animal, like all kinds of traumas. And but it did mention that sexual abuse and a history of abuse is definitely one of the correlations that goes with the pain, chronic pain, fibromyalgia. And what else? Strong association with serious mental illness. From child abuse save lives. Oh, that's what I'm hoping. Disability. I thought I was stupid. I remember in school, I really thought I was stupid. I couldn't go anywhere. Like, I got my ass kicked, at home. I got my butt kicked at the bus stop. And then I got picked on and, all the things at school, because kids are cruel, and I was just like an ugly little kid and struggled. So I was a runaway because of all the abuse. I actually had I was a runaway and then had a suicide attempt. And I was, went into a foster home. I had to go back. And so, let's see. One of the things, like, is a huge, like, now that I see these statistics and stuff like that, it tells me I really need to forgive myself and give myself some grace. I mean, the fact that I'm even here alive and have some sobriety and recovery under my belt for it's been over 10 years now. I don't really keep track of the date. I know my son passed away over 10 years ago, and I was clean and sober when he passed. And so yeah, and then things like that would happen, and I'd be like, haven't I been through enough? But God is good, and what I wanted to say, let's see. Let me go over this real quick. Oh, so, I tended to be in unhealthy relationships even after, like, I tried to be a big girl and was happy I got out of the house and had a boyfriend that was older than me and playing house at 16 and living in and out of the bars, like in Boston, in the nightclubs, and like I'm 20. I had an ID that was saying I was 29, and I grew up way too fast, way too many issues that I could not seem to. Once I tried to get sober, and I would get you know, they would say, don't give up before the miracle happens. Well, I threw in the towel way too many times. I would get like a year, and you know, the work and doing the step work with so there's all sorts of things that, you know, dissociative, PTSD, as much as I have forgiven and moved on and did all the work physiologically, my body doesn't know the difference. And I'm older now, so I can go, I don't know, I thought I was like they thought I was stupid, and I'm learning stuff now, and I can learn. I got my GED, I'm learning stuff, especially nowadays, because audio, I can hear better than read. I have a hard time reading. But I didn't even know what goals were. Like, I didn't learn a lot of stuff, and I'm just learning now. I'm 55, and I've only been doing this art thing for it's a little over 2 years now, where I'm just banging out. And I left a restaurant business thinking I had no experience. I was just not good at anything else. I'm stuck making no money. $13 an hour to be a manager of people that are like, this world's crazy, doing drugs in the bathroom. I'm supposed to like be counseling these people. Coming home crying, and I started coloring though. You know, I kept doing stuff. It was like my get well job. You know, I had to eat crow a lot, and I moved up the ladder in the restaurant business, is, you know, always, and I started to have physical problems and stuff, so there was a lot going on, so I left. I said, I took a leap of faith. I was in Bible college, and something was said, and I'm like, I'm just gonna go, because I didn't think I was good enough, and I'm like, I know God will take care of me. So I've always wanted to help others. I always wanted to write a book for the wrong reasons, because I wanted you to know how bad I had it and who done this to me and that they terrible. And now it's more so I really just want to help people, and the things I had to do to get to where I'm at is like, you have to change everything. How? Honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness. Acceptance. Being aware of your like idiosyncrasies and bad behaviors that are really unacceptable, and you had no idea really. It's like, I don't know how people, I know people, I used to speed talk. All I did is talk. Crying mess. I was a terrible drunk. Terrible. So I started to watch a lot of stuff. Joyce Myers. I went to a new church, which I love the church I'm at today. I've been over there for 5 years. And I had to get my confidence back. I watched Tony Robbins, John Maxwell, XFX, TEDx all the time. It's like free counseling on YouTube. TEDx. You look up, you know, sexual abuse, trauma, anger management, you know, so much good information. I wrote a lot of stuff. Yeah, I never thought I was good enough. I still get anxiety. So, women's shelter. Soup kitchens. Oh, I wrote a letter to Donald Trump. I heard he was helping. I just wanted to get a house. if we can like get a grant or something for our house, I have plenty of women that would volunteer their time to help women in this area. Just start here. And if I make a ton of money selling my art someday and I monetize on YouTube, then you're gonna see the journey happen, and I'm gonna show you how I want to flip a house. There's houses that sit there and are like doing nothing, and there's homeless people in the woods, and you know, there's people that need help and they're not getting it, and it's sad. There's businesses, ever since COVID, places are closed down everywhere, and why can't they open up something for the homeless? Why can't they? I don't understand. So let's see. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Face everything and recover instead of punch everything and run. So I did a lot of things, suggestions, you know. I couldn't even think about meditation at all, ever. I was too much of like Tasmanian devil. So I might be alone, but I'm not lonely. Alive and striving, joy in the midst of calamity, no drama, peace, and I can be alone with myself. Like, I didn't even know myself. I didn't even know what I liked. So I can't find my niche because I like all the art. Can't just be a regular art channel and do everything. Well, I kind of like, if I had to niche down, I would say watercolors. So, yeah, emotionally immature still to this day. I know I am, especially if I'm tired. And insecurities and not feeling good enough, and my why. I didn't have a why before. Why what? I said that in another video. Why what? So why my story? If I can overcome, don't give up before the miracle happens. I said that. You are who you hang around with. So like I said, you're gonna change everything. Be honest. Like if you hang around people that are talking robbery and hating on people and get away. And we want to lift people up. Like, don't talk negative. Don't say anything bad. Like, and I've noticed when I cut it out, good things come to me all the time. Things that happened that I just thought of, like on my birthday, I wanted an easel, and I got a gift. Someone gifted me every single thing an artist could ever want. An antique easel that would carry, you know, it's amazing. It is amazing. So let's see, and speak about my goals, write my goals down. I'm still trying to continually write. So I want to make money as an artist and heal. You can heal from trauma while you're doing the art. Art heals my soul. Meditation, learning to try new things. Art is a challenge. I was very much challenged, and I keep pushing myself and to achieve good things today. And I invest in myself. Like, I was a Beachbody and entrepreneur, and my coach was like telling me how she would pay into Tony Robbins and stuff, and I thought that was crazy. What do you mean? You paid money to listen to a guy? I did not understand that. Now I do his free things. I think media. I love watching John Maxwell all the time. Then they have prayers. I had to put good stuff in my mind so that I could get other stuff out. Like, you know, the stuff I know, and I'm not the only one that has to put. Maybe I was abused, but everybody goes through mental tortures from different things. So I am healing from my child abuse, and I'm learning to forgive myself because of all the work and homework that I've done and learned about myself, that I am a miracle. I don't know why I'm here sometimes, but I'm just trying to find my purpose, and I know God has a purpose for me, because I don't know. I just think if I share my story to let people know that you have to forgive, and it's not for them, it's for you in here to fill that void, to do the forgiveness, to do the praying, pray for them, even if you don't mean it, just do it anyways. Fake it till you make it. Just do it. Read good books, pray, go to church, go to counseling, take walks, do aerobics in the water pool with fibromyalgia. I mean, these are all the things that I had to do one day at a time, consistently. And, you know, I'm not consistent, but that's huge, consistency. And I always beat myself up because I'd like to be more consistent, but I have my hands in many pots because YouTube taught me that. Because you're an artist, you have to have different forms of income. So it's it can be a little daunting and hectic and busy, but I love busy now because I did nothing with my life. I was doing nothing, going nowhere. I was gonna go to jail, and I was always just trying to fill a void, fill a hole. So now art has done that for me. The art has done that for me. The lights in here are dimming. So I know you have to have good lighting. And I hope this video was alright with you guys today. Let me know if there's anything that I can do, like, to help somebody. Like, if there's something, like, say, a topic, whether it be the anger, the resentment, the healing. How do you heal? Like, is there anything specific that, you know, leave it in the comments. And maybe we could even talk on Messenger, like on Facebook, if somebody's feeling, you know, in a, you know, suicide is no joke. And the will, some people wonder why did God do this to me? God didn't do that. We have free will. And because somebody else put their will upon me, you know, that's not God. They, you know, and we happen to be in the way of me. It was, I don't know, like, if I told you guys, you wouldn't even believe. Like, I can't even get into it because I don't want to. Because I know I've gone to meetings and groups and girls stuff. I've gone to all the things. And sometimes when you talk about it, you say too much. It kind of just, it's too much. I wanted to write a book. I started to a TV and Christian television network, and I wrote a couple chapters, and it wasn't good. I don't think they were happy because it was a little, I told too many, like, scenario things that actually happened that were, you know, as a small child. And I think it would be good for, say, Channel 7 News or something, because nowadays they just put everything on TV, but not the TVN, Christian television. So I have to learn how to tell my story in a way that will be helpful. And it takes a long time. It takes a long time. Dialectical behavioral therapy. You know, this, when I was younger and I was in psych hospitals, I thought I was gonna have to get my brain zapped. Do you know they do that to you? They zap your brain in those places. But I've come out just wanting to, it's those who weren't loved that love the most. So I love all you girls out there that are struggling with abuse issues. I feel for you because I've been there. And keep watching, follow my journey, and maybe you can have a part of healing other women and finding shelter in some way. Like, I know I'm not the only town that has no women's shelter. I know it's and there's just so many women out there doing the wrong thing and not getting better, and things, you know, abuse, the cycle goes on. And yeah, there's really nothing here. And even those sober houses and stuff it's a difficult thing now. But there is help out there. There is. And I know I want to collaborate with somebody out there that has a goal and a dream to help others as well. So, peace out. Have a great night.